As a preliminary matter, ma'am, I do see that you're driving. I will let you know and just remind you as you are looking down at the phone and trying to look at the road, that is dangerous. And so I know how important it is for you to do this here.
I'm pulling up to my house.
Okay, we'll turn off the camera at least until you do, so we are not distracted by you and you're not distracted by us, right? We want to make sure everybody's safe. This don't turn into a personal injury case. Okay. Now, as I said before, this is the criminal warrant applications hearing. Now, this is something special to the state of Georgia, and I'd like to make sure that folks understand this is not a form of relief that is accessible to everyone in this great nation. Georgia is like only a few or a handful of states that allow private citizens to take out misdemeanor warrant applications against other citizens, right? Now, there are some limitations to that, but nonetheless, if it is a misdemeanor and against a private person, at least while they're not operating as an actor for the state, an action can be pursued by another citizen against them for situations or for claims, or not claims, but for crimes such as battery, simple assault, harassment, interference with child custody, to name a few. If this is a felony, or if the action that you're or the crime that you're alleging is a felony, I'm going to let you know that this is not the appropriate forum for you to get any type of relief. You would need to very well contact that officer or that police department to essentially follow up on that particular allegation, all right? In addition to folks, these criminal warrant applications are here to do really one thing: make a determination if someone has committed a crime, at least to the level of probable cause, for an arrest warrant to be issued. We are not here to determine whether or not someone is guilty or not guilty. We are not here to determine whether or not someone should pay Joe or Jane any money or any specific performance, like give back a child or give back a car. That is not why we are here. We're here to see if someone needs to be arrested. That's it. And I want to stress this to you because oftentimes folks come to these particular hearings seeking a order from the court that essentially says A must do B or B must stay away from C. And I will tell you that but for a stay away order or some type of other special condition, me getting an order telling A to pay you or give back something just isn't going to respond. It is Felicia Archer.
I'm here.
All right, Miss Archer. Okay. Let me ask you, Miss Archer, do you have any evidence that you emailed the court?
I actually just got this out of my mailbox yesterday. I knew nothing about this incident and I didn't know anything about it. So I'm surprised about it. So no,
okay,
I don't.
You're saying you just got notice yesterday.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the whole thing is surprising to me. I don't know anything about it.
Okay. So you haven't supplied anything or anything of that nature. Okay.
No.
All right. Hold on. How about Stephanie Ray?
Hi, yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, ma'am. And do you have any witnesses or evidence as well?
Yes, I have a witness and my evidence is too long to send in a video or email. So I'm trying to clip it down.
Okay.
And send that.
All right. So she's indicating that she got notice. I'm going to check the notices and things of that nature. Ms. Archer, and let me say this as well to all of our respondents. If you desire to have attorney representation, that is your choice. Some folks do, some folks don't, but that is your choice as well. But we will hold and I will further review your case to see about notice here. Okay. Yes, Ms. Archer.
I can get my neighbor to come over because the day of the argument.
Well, hold on. If you're wanting to proceed and you're saying,
yeah,
that
I do because I know it's both.
No worries. So if you can get your one witness, we'll get the witness. Not everybody even has witnesses, but that's okay. We got the one witness. We got that. We'll see about trying to get it resolved or at least heard today. So hold respondent is Jamikia Hinton. Jamikia.
I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any witnesses with you?
I do, Miss Tracy Martin.
Okay.
And I also already sent in my evidence.
Okay, so you have one witness and emailed it.
Yes.
All right, how about Marsha Elaine Minor? Marsha Elaine Minor. And clerk, were they on here earlier?
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. No, that's the young lady who's called in and said she's going to be signing on late.
She's going to be signing on late. All right. Well, Ms. Hinton, Ms. Minor says she's going to be signing on late. We're going to wait a little bit. I'll wait till at the latest 7 o'clock. If they're not here, we will dismiss. Respondent is Mariah Rivera.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Ms. Rivera, do you have any witnesses or evidence that you submitted?
Yes, I submitted evidence.
Okay. No witnesses with you this evening?
No, I'm currently working.
No, that's fine. No fun. And how about the applicant, Kahari Gaskin? Kahari Gaskin, is that you, Mr. Gaskin?
Yes, this is me.
Okay. Do you have any witnesses or evidence?
I do not have the badge number or name of the GSP officer that was there to assess the situation. So no, I do not have a witness. However, I did send my evidence via email.
Okay. All right. Emailed evidence. All right. Hold tight. We'll get you down. Bear with me. Let me give folks a little bit more information while I pull up the case specifics. The way we're going to deal with these cases are as follows. I want to be very specific because what I try to do in these hearings are two functions. One, I want to get to the truth to determine whether or not there's probable cause. Not necessarily say that there's guilt, because we may be more truth that there's there that I may be able to ascertain or gather this evening. However, I also want to make sure that folks in their interaction with the court get some experience in dealing with the court and understanding some legal terms. You're doing this ex parte. I mean, you're doing this pro se. You have no attorney. And so I want to make sure folks understand what goes on here and the legal process. All right. And so with that being said, and yes, Ms. Hinton, I see you have a witness. I understand. We'll just hold tight. She needs to find a charge. But with that being said, I want to see that people understand what a direct question is and what a cross-examination question is, because what we aren't going to allow is just a bunch of arguing. We're not going to tolerate that. I don't do a lot of back and forth with folks. And so we need to make sure that people understand what the parameters are. But first things first, I'm going to let everybody do an opening statement. I usually allow those opening statements to be about 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes more, but for the most part, 2 or 3 minutes, and to get a gist of what is going on surrounding this particular event. I try to make sure that folks limit the discussion to the incident at hand. I understand that there may be some evidence that may require us to go back into time beyond the date of incident, but we try to keep it specific because, folks, we can't be here for days. And we want to know whether or not there is sufficient probable cause, not enough for beyond a reasonable doubt. All right. In addition to following both the applicant and respondent giving an opening, I will allow the applicant to introduce any evidence or any witnesses that they have. And then I will subsequently allow the respondent to cross-examine those witnesses or make any statements regarding those particular evidence that's been entered into. And then that will give them an opportunity to introduce any evidence and any witnesses and to be cross-examined as well. And then at the end, I will allow folks to have about 2 or 3 to 4 minutes of giving a closing, essentially detailing why they believe an arrest warrant should be issued or an arrest warrant should not. Right. So you can put your hand down, Mr. Gaskin. So we're here today regarding a particular alleged crime that occurred on July 5th, 2023. It is allegation of simple battery harm. And so I don't want to get too much into the facts, but we are here regarding an incident date of July 5th, 2023 for an alleged crime of simple battery harm. With that, Mr. Gaskin, you being the applicant, I'm going to give you an opportunity today. The time is 6:40. I'm going to give you to about 6:43, 6:44 to give me background regarding what happened in this matter, right?
I will certainly do so. Would you like me to proceed right now?
You can proceed right now.
Okay. So on July 5th, 2023, around 3:30 p.m. is when the incident occurred. The conflict began in the car during a heated conversation where me and my beloved girlfriend at the time, Mariah, were verbally expressing our dislikes and providing respectful criticism to each other. In the car, Mariah unexpectedly loses her temper and brutally squeezes my right arm, threatening to kill me, digging her nails into my skin, causing scars and swelling to my skin. At this time, I decide to discontinue delivering packages with her. She then calls her parents to come pick her up, as well as her coworker to transfer the packages from my van to her coworker's van. As we are waiting for her coworker to arrive, she is continuing to raise her temper, saying things like, "I will kill you, I should put a bullet in your head, I hate you," etc. I am not responding to these irrelevant slurs. I'm completely finished verbally communicating with her. I ignore her remarks, and I decide to sit in silence and wait for her coworker to arrive. Upon his arrival, I genuinely cooperate with Mariah, transferring the packages from my van into a designated area for her coworker to pick up. Afterwards, I get into my van, driver's seat, and I start the car so I can leave. Unfortunately, Mariah continued to relieve her frustration by grabbing a bottle of an unknown liquid and squirting it into my eyes intentionally. Although my eyes are burning, I keep my composure and I did not inflict any harm back towards Mariah at all, as seen on video camera footage, if you have the footage. So the investigator told me that you would have. But gratefully, I can still see my eyes are blurry. I get out of the vehicle. As I get out of the vehicle, a GSP, Georgia State Patrol officer, pulls up to the scene and addresses the situation because he sees that there is a conflict between us. As he addresses the situation, he demands for me to leave and go home. He's seen no harm done by me. He sees her acting out of character, but he tries to resolve the situation by demanding me to go home. I get back into the driver's seat as the officer informed me to do so. Mariah forces her way back into the back of the van and is pulling my hair from the back seat, to be exact. I get out of the van to escape the situation. She comes out of the side door and spits into my eyes and face. The officer addresses Mariah for spitting into my face. And then he again demands me to leave and go home. I eventually get back into the driver's seat a third time, start the car, and leave as the officer informed me to do so. Sorry for the lengthy explanation, but I tried to give you as detailed as possible.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Gaskin. Ms. Rivera?
Yes.
All right. Again, this is your opening statement regarding
Right.
allegations of the simple battery that occurred on July 5th, 2024.
Yeah. So it did start off a heated disagreement. He got upset at me because I told him that he was lying and he felt like I cut him off in the middle of our disagreement. He started to call me all type of disgusting words. He then pulled over and said that he's not delivering any of my packages, that he also wants me to get out the car. From there, I was waiting on my coworker to come get the packages and everything. It was a disagreement. We were going back and forth. He decided to try to steal 3 of my packages. And so I was trying to get my packages from him. And he pulls my hair, slams me, elbows me in my face, which I sent the bruises all over my body. I sent it to y'all. He also broke my phone, spit in my face. Everything was caught on the Quick Trip video, like the surveillance. And there is an open investigation going on right now because I did file a police report. And I sent over the police report to you as well. The reason why I got physical is because he tried to steal my packages. When the State Patrol pulled up, I was trying to wave him down to help me. He then said to me, "Oh, you're on him." And it was true. I was trying to stop him from leaving because he had my packages in my car. And that would have been a charge back to me. So I sent a picture of my phone being broken because he slammed my phone on the floor. My mom came, and by the time she came, he was gone. So me putting anything in his eyes or squirting anything in his eyes, it never happened. It never happened. It never happened. The only reason why we got to a point of us being physical is because he tried to steal my packages, and everything is caught on that video at Quick Trip. And there is an open investigation on it.
Okay. And I just want to confirm, I know you said, Ms. Rivera, that you emailed the court some evidence.
Yes.
I do not see that email.
I emailed it.
When did you email it?
Like when you said it, I emailed it. I didn't know. So
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, clerk, if we can look for that. While the clerk looks for that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I sent over pictures, my face was swollen from him elbowing me in my face.
Well,
I
we'll
have
take.
bruises on my arm, my entire body.
I got it. Hold tight. We haven't gotten there yet. We will get there. That was just an opening. If you have that testimony and we will go ahead and look at it. All right. So,
Okay.
Mr. Gaskin, what I would like to do then is go ahead and proceed with you and go ahead and proceed with any evidence or testimony that you would like to have. I see that you do not have any. Do you have a witness with you?
No, sir, I do not have a witness. The only witness was the GSP officer that assessed the situation.
I got it. And so I did see that you emailed evidence here. I see photographs that you produced, as well as the police report, and as well as a report from a medical doctor. Which would you like the court to review first, as far as introduced is concerned?
It's completely up to you. We can go with the documents.
All right, well, hold tight. This is what we'll do. I've got the pictures. I'm not sure if you can see my screen here. Do you see my screen?
It's currently loading. Oh, yes, I do see.
Okay, and what is this a picture of, sir?
This is a picture of chemical burn that initiated from that incident, and I still have this chemical burns on both my eyes. They're permanent.
And what part is the chemical burn? Can you at least describe it for the court so I know exactly where I'm looking? It's not.
These are on the corners between my eyes.
Are you referring, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Are you referring where my cursor is pointing?
No, to the right of where your cursor is pointing. A little bit to the right there. Yes.
This brown spot?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying that was caused by something being sprayed in your eye?
Yes.
Okay.
After the incident, my eyes were burning as if I had allergies.
Okay. All right. Hold tight. And what is this, sir?
These are her nail marks.
Okay. All right. And then we have, bear with me.
This is the after view of the medical documents when I got checked out to see probable cause and things of that nature.
Okay. I see. So the following issues were addressed. They have right cornea abrasion, chemical injury, abrasion of multiple sites for upper lung. And this is from 7/6. I will just want to, does it have any description about how you got these particular injuries on these records?
I informed them via detail. They wrote it down, but they did not give it to me back in a receipt form.
I see. Okay. All right. And then finally, of the evidence that you supplied, bear with me here. So this is the police report that was provided. And on the police report, you indicate that, and so, Mr. Gaskin, here, the report indicates that you said that Mr. Rivera squirted something in your eye on a liquid, advising he went to Piedmont Hospital and told him that he had multiple burns on his face. Now, obviously, this was taken on 7/7, so you didn't, just want to confirm, you didn't call the police until several days later?
No, I called the police the day after. However, they were closed. I went to the hospital. That was my main priority. And then they said I went to the police station in Smyrna, but they informed me that I needed to go to where the incident was. So I went there to do that. And I filed a police report. The guy wrote down in the description, he got a few things wrong. He said the 4th when it happened on the 5th. But and summarize, that is the gist of what happened.
Okay. Can you tell me why he said he did not observe any injuries?
I am not sure as to why he didn't. I showed him exactly the marks that were on my eye, though. The marks are visible. You can see them.
Okay. All right. I am now, do you have any other evidence that you'd like to introduce to the court?
I did send additional evidence, but I would not like it to be displayed. You can see the via text messages, the slurs that she sends me after the incident.
I didn't see any text messages.
I just sent it 15 minutes ago, so it's probably coming in late.
Come on, folks. Come on, folks. This is what I said at the start of the day. That means I might have to wait here. Let me see this, because I'm not so sure. We'll have to see what that evidence says. So but for those text messages, is there anything else that you'd want to introduce regarding the allegation of simple battery by Ms. Rivera?
No, sir. The closing statement, investigator informed me that you would have a video camera footage, but they couldn't release it to me. So.
I do not have it. Generally, what the officers provide to us in most is the police report. If there were any dash cam or body cam footage, they generally would have to be ordered, maybe an open records request or something of that nature with the police department. But we generally do not do that unilaterally for any applicants or respondents, okay?
Definitely.
You have the report. So this is our next step. Ms. Rivera, You have
Yes.
heard Mr. Gaskin's testimony. We have
Yes.
both looked at the evidence that has been supplied, but for the text messages, and we'll see if those are through. I am now going to give you an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Gaskin. You understand? Mr.
Okay.
Gaskin is going to subsequently, if you so choose, to cross-examine you as well. Let me give you the parameters. You can ask him questions. You can ask him direct or leading questions that say, isn't it true that you did such and such, correct? Right? But you are not to berate Mr. Gaskin. You are not to ask him compound questions so he doesn't know what you're really asking, right? And I'm going to limit your testimony, or at least give you a little bit of notice when we should finish up here. It is 6:55. I am going to give you to about 7 o'clock, 7:02 to get through your cross-examination of Mr. Gaskin. It may or may not take you that long.
Okay. So as far as me pouring a chemical in your eye, how are you able to drive away from the scene if your eyes were burning to the point where you have burns on your eyes?
I refuse to answer your question.
Okay.
So hold on, Mr. Gaskin. You're under oath, and she's cross-examining you. And so in your refusal, you can refuse to ask the question. But the problem is that in and of itself, if you're saying you want to exercise your constitutional right to not incriminate, but to say that you don't want to answer any questions, that can have a negative proceeding. So I'm asking you to ask the question. If you so choose not to want to ask the question, that is your right, but you have testified. You are now on the record. So she has a right to cross-examine. So I would ask that you answer the question, because you're alleging that your eyes were burning.
Yes, my eyes were burning, and I respect. However, I want to express my constitutional right not to answer any questions towards Mariah.
You don't want to answer any questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer any question regarding her cross-examination of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are.
I don't necessarily know that that's appropriate, because we're going to need to address that on each question. So she can continue to ask questions if it's appropriate based upon that question. We'll move forward. But as I said before, the court's process is to allow people to search others, determine whether or not there's probable cause. If you're not allowing yourself to be searched, then essentially that may also have consequences on your testimony as well about the validity of the testimony that you're providing. Now, obviously, your ability to not testify or to testify cannot be held against you, but you've already testified. So if you didn't want to testify, that's one thing, but you're the applicant. You're not the defendant, right? So your exercise of saying that you don't want to testify is different, right? We're here in just the investigation stage. You understand? But if you don't want to cooperate, that's on you.
No, perfectly fine. She can continue to ask questions. I cooperate.
It's up to you. You're the applicant. Just reminding you, you're the applicant. You're saying she did something wrong, and you don't want to answer any questions. Just want to make sure that you're aware of that. So continue, Ms. Rivera.
Okay. So how were you able to drive from Lithonia to Powder Springs with your eyes burning, which is a 50-minute drive?
My eyes were not blinded. They were burning.
Okay. I wanted to ask another question. What was it? I forgot what question I was going to ask. I'm sorry. I just have another question as well. In those text messages, the day of the incident, I informed you that I was doing a police report. So my question is, to me, it seems as if I'm trying to do this as a question. So did you not do that police report after the fact I informed you that I was going ahead and pressing charges on you?
Repeat your question.
You did the police report days after the incident because I informed you that I was going to press charges on you.
Me filing a police report has nothing to do with your communication towards me. I did not do anything because of you communicating with me. That did not have any action.
Okay. So you didn't malign about me squirting a chemical in your eye because you wanted to be vindictive? Because
I did not lie. There are camera footages that will show I wouldn't come this far to waste people's time to lie.
Okay. So there is a video 100% at Quick Trip, which there is an open investigation. So I want you to know that.
Perfectly fine.
I'm done with my.
You done with your questions?
Yep.
All right. Give me 1 second. So this is what we're going to do, Mr. Gaskin, under the limited questions here that were provided. What we're going to do now is switch to Ms. Rivera. Clerk, I have yet to get Ms. Rivera's testimony. Evidence that she says she has submitted. If you can please look for that as well.
Judge, there's nothing in the clerk's box. I've checked. There's nothing in the clerk's box.
I have a question. I'm not sure if I sent it to the right. Maybe I didn't send it to the right email.
So this is where we are. Ms. Rivera, do you have any witnesses?
I do. I actually do have a witness. Do I need them to be on Zoom?
They do, or with you where you are?
They're not with me, but I can have a witness on here.
Well, hold on. Are they on here or are they not?
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, I sent my evidence over with all the bruises on my body.
So hold on. If your witness isn't here and you require them to dial in or come on and they're not already on, that could be problematic.
Okay.
Now, if they're with you in the same car or vicinity and we can call them in, that's a different situation.
Right. Okay.
So if they're not here, then I don't have the ability to consider their testimony at the time.
Okay.
As far as the evidence that you submitted, if you've submitted that evidence, I'd love to see it.
Yes.
The clerk has already put the email address down in the chat box. But as you can see, how problematic this is that you want to present evidence, and here we are, and we have none for you. And so for us to proceed, I don't have any other information to be able to gather other than Mr. Gaskin cross-examining you. So did you try to resend that information, Ms. Rivera? As you can see, folks, and this is my concern. Please be prepared. I understand when you don't send things ahead of time, this is where we run into things, and we would like to proceed on. But obviously, I want to have the evidence that you say that you sent reviewed. No worries. So listen, did you try to resend it?
Yes, I just sent it over.
Okay. While I'm waiting for Ms. Rivera's evidence to come through, Mr. Gaskin, just a couple of questions that I have. One, I just need to confirm, is there currently any criminal warrants out for you as well regarding this same incident from Ms. Rivera?
No, sir. Not that I am aware of, no.
And clerk, let me know if you received this documentation.
Yes, Judge, I'm waiting.
Ms. Rivera, in the event that we are unable to get this evidence that you sent over, and I just want to confirm, Ms. Rivera, if you can come back on, you've turned your camera on as well as muted yourself. Please come back on. Please unmute yourself and turn your camera back on. You're still under oath. You're still in a hearing. I need you to unmute and turn your camera back on. Ms. Rivera, please unmute and turn your camera back on. Ms. Rivera, please unmute and turn your camera on. I have now asked you 3 times. Ms. Rivera, are you having technical difficulties? Mr. Gaskin, at this moment, we're going to hold. I am not going to, oh, here she goes. Ms. Rivera, please unmute. So Ms. Rivera, we didn't get any email from you. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure why you're unable to be able to get us any evidence that you say that you sent regarding this matter, but we waited. Mr. Gaskin has been able to get us his testimony, his evidence, but you have not. So go ahead and unmute you for me, please. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you say something?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I have bad reception.
Okay. All right, we were hearing you just fine about 10 minutes ago. I don't know what you're clicking around. Can you stop clicking around and put the phone down so I can see your face? Thank you. Thank you. That's why it's probably messing up. All right. We have not gotten your evidence. Whatever evidence and whatever means in which you're trying to send, we're not getting it. It could be that you're on the phone and you're unable to send that document while on the phone. But that's why it's so important that you read the evidence in the document so that you would have done it in advance. But what we're going to do right now, Ms. Rivera, if you can sit back and pay attention, I'm going to allow Mr. Gaskin to cross-examine you. All right. Okay. And we are going to consider what we have with the evidence that we have. All right.
Okay.
From there. Mr. Gaskin, Ms. Rivera is your witness.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no further questions for Mariah.
No questions.
No questions at all.
Folks, I don't know if I even have enough evidence for anything. I mean, okay, but let's do this.
I can be creative.
No, I don't need you to be creative. I need you to just do whatever is there that you want to do, but you don't need to be creative. So this is what I'm going to do. We've waited a significant time for Ms. Rivera. I'm going to allow Ms. Oh, do we get, no, that's still not Ms. Rivera's information. Ms. Rivera, I'm going to allow you to give me about 3 minutes, or give you 3 minutes to about 7:12 to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued regarding the allegation of simple battery against Mr. Gaskin on July 5th, 2023. Tell the court why we shouldn't have you arrested.
Can you say that last part? It's kind of hard for me to hear.
It's the most important part. Tell me why we shouldn't have you arrested for simple battery on Mr. Gaskin.
Because his allegations are false.
Okay.
They're false. All I try to do was love him, be the best person I could be towards him. He has an anger problem, and I really do wish you would get help. And it's sad that we couldn't work out. It really is. And at the end of the day, I do wish you the best, but I feel as if I should not be arrested for false allegations that is put against me. I've done nothing. That the whole situation that happened at hand that day, it should have never have happened. All because of a disagreement that we had. So I don't feel like I should be arrested for something I did not do.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Before we end, I just want to, Ms. Rivera,
Yes,
did you put something in Mr. Gaskin's eye?
I did not know.
Ms. Rivera,
Yes.
did you scratch Mr. Gaskin on July 5th?
It's possible I could have scratched him when I was trying to get him to like not steal my packages. So, I mean, that is possible.
The photographs that we introduced, or that were introduced, are those of Mr. Gaskin that you know of, that you saw?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you please say that one more time?
The pictures of the injury that Mr. Gaskin produced of his arm,
Yes.
is that something that was caused by you?
It's possible it could have been caused by me because this man assaulted me. I wish I could see the pictures. I'm not sure why it's not sending to y'all, but he tried to steal my packages. All I was trying to do, it's caught on camera. I was trying to take my packages back from him. Now, this man pulled me by my hair, elbowed me in my face. So it is possible that I could have scratched him. It's possible. I'm not going to sit here and deny that.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Mr. Gaskin. You have 3 minutes to provide why an arrest warrant should be issued.
Okay. So the reason why I filed a arrest warrant, simply because of the text messages regarding I hope you die, the words being said, I will kill you, I'll put a bullet in your head, all of the different type of threats that I completely ignored, as well as your claims to lie to law enforcement, to do anything that you possibly can to get me incarcerated.
Wow.
So after receiving lies, after you informed me that you'll try to do any and everything, no matter if you're lying or not, to get me incarcerated, I have no choice but to provide the detailed, honest truth. What do you expect me to do? You're going to lie?
So I really wish I can really get these pictures because this is crazy. This is insane.
I have never put my hands on a female, especially. I have never put my hands on anybody, regardless of sex, because of verbal words being exchanged. That's not my character. Words being exchanged. Why would I inflict pain? And you're a female and we're in a relationship. Why would I put my hands to it? What are we solving? Nothing.
All right.
Is there any way that I can send over my pictures any other way than email?
Other than email, man, there's no other way to send it.
I have to send you these because this is crazy to me.
Ms. Rivera, the court, and I just will be honest, we need to turn your camera on for me, please.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with this.
Can you please turn the camera on for me, Ms. Rivera?
Okay, I'm turning it on. Give me 1 second.
I've asked you so many times. All right. I would like to give my order, but I would like to make sure Ms. Rivera is listening and hearing what I'm saying. So I'm going to withhold until she comes back on. Ms. Rivera, please turn your camera on and unmute. We have concluded testimony. We're not taking any more testimony. Don't worry about sending me in those pictures at this moment. Go ahead and unmute and turn your camera on. You just hold. Oh, here she goes. Ms. Rivera, it's obvious that you can turn your mute on and off because I'm seeing it going off and off. You're only frustrating the court. You understand that? Apparently you don't. All right, folks, I'm going to make a ruling on that case shortly. In that time, as soon as I can get Ms. Rivera.
Hello?
Yeah, please, can you turn your camera on?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. I'm in a dead zone right now and I'm having trouble with it. I'm so sorry.
Well, turn it on for me now. But you're doing the opposite every single time. All right, so Mr. Gaskin, let me tell you, because my patience has run with this situation. There is going to be an arrest warrant. I haven't seen any allegations otherwise. She's admitted that she may very well have scratched you during this altercation. I have seen evidence from you going to the hospital. And so as a result, what I'm going to do is issue a UJR arrest warrant. I'm going to give her 10 days to turn herself in. And I'm subsequently going to do a stay away order and have you guys not have any contact. Let me just state this though. I hear a lot of cases with former people who are in relationships, and the court truly does hate to get to these situations because it is a lot of he said, she said situation. And it doesn't really benefit anyone in those regards. But at this juncture where we are and us having a limited amount of evidence and Ms. Rivera making her statements under oath as well, I think this is going to be the most appropriate measure to address this situation at this juncture. And so when Ms. Rivera comes back on, what I will express to her, and I will tell her again, but I will make sure that you know as well, that because today is the 31st, which effectively the first will be tomorrow, I'm going to give Ms. Rivera until August the 10th. I'm not interested in people having their lives appended on these matters because I cannot guarantee that the solicitor will even pick the matters up for them to be further prosecuted. But when I hear whether or not there's been sufficient probable cause, which is not beyond a reasonable doubt, and therefore no one is guilty after my conclusion, I am going to go ahead and issue this arrest warrant. So that would give her to August 10th. August 10th would be a Thursday. And so, Mr. Gaskin, if you can come and sign this, so you're going to have to do the following. You're going to have to come and sign this warrant down at the Memorial Drive jail and courthouse. And you need to do that no later than, I would say, Wednesday. Okay. And then Ms. Rivera is going to have between the 3rd and the 10th to turn herself in, right? She'll subsequently be released that same day. And there will be special conditions for her not to have any contact with you. Ms. Rivera, that no contact provision is applicable, of course, all forms of contact. So whether that be letters, online, telephone, text, or the like, you were to have no conversation or contact with Mr. Gaskin during the pendency of this matter, all right? Otherwise, you could be in violation of the court's order and you could be potentially facing additional charges, all right? But that's going to be the court's order. And I really do hope that things go better for you guys, but that is the order of the court. Let me make sure that Ms. Rivera has acknowledged my order because she's obviously yet to unmute. And now I do see that her screen seems a bit, unmute. You see, I think the problem is you have your earbuds in and Skype don't always work well with you don't have earpods. I thought you had earpods. So then hit the unmute button. This can't be that difficult. All right. Well, Ms. Rivera.
All right, I'm here. Yeah, okay.
I'm here.
I don't
I'm sorry.
understand. I mean, you don't look up, so I don't understand why you're having such difficulty operating these things. But as I said before, because I want to make sure that you understand and you acknowledge what my order is, I'm finding for a probable cause for an arrest warrant. You'll have to turn yourself in no later than the 10th. You provided no controverted evidence regarding what Mr. Gaskin has provided at this juncture. And so therefore there's sufficient probable cause. There will be a stay away order as well for you to have no contact with this gentleman at all right? And that's going to be the court. My clerk my clerk is going to get you an email, both of you an email about the instructions for this matter, all right? And that's going to be the order of the court. I will let you go for the remainder of the evening, and the court will get you the appropriate information. Thank you for your time. All right.
Sir, I just have a quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all receive the pictures? Can y'all please check again, please?
There's nothing in the clerk box. Well, it just popped up 7:18.
You said what?
It just popped up, Judge, at 7:18.
Thank you. Thank
Just
you.
popped up at 7:18.
She has also sent me these pictures. She has also sent me these pictures.
I
So-
did to let you.
Wait, folks. Don't think that pictures are going to necessarily change my position. You understand? So let's not get back and forth and get all haughty. I'm going to take a quick look, but just hold tight. All right. So just quickly, Ms. Rivera, when are you alleging that these pictures were taken?
It was taken the day of the incident. It was taken the day. It's timestamped. I could also show you. iPhone does timestamps. This was all taken. I could show you the timestamp. This was July 6th. And iPhone, they don't lie.
There's no iPhone don't lie. Don't fool
It's
yourself.
timestamped. It's timestamped.
Your pictures are not timestamped.
I can send you timestamps of the pictures that when it was taken. I can send it to you. I'm gonna send it right now.
You understand how you waste the court's time?
I can send it right now. I don't know why it didn't. I'm not sure as to why
You
it
weren't
didn't
prepared.
send. I'm in
Because
Lithonia
you
in the
weren't
country.
prepared. You weren't prepared. And when you're not prepared, this is what happens. But I'm going to show them, and then we'll see what happens really quickly. But as I have other people to get to, and your lack of preparation is delaying the court. All right. For the purposes of ensuring that we make sure that we have due justice, these are the photographs that you emailed to the court.
Correct.
Outside of these pictures that you've provided to me, are there any other pictures that you have?
No.
How do you know that these are from the date of incident?
It's timestamped. I have a police report. The day of the incident, if you want me to send you the police report.
Miss Rivera,
Yes.
I've already made note. I have seen these pictures, but you have not provided any proof of when they happened. You didn't even provide a police report that you're alleging that you made.
I sent all of that over. I have everything. I sent it all over. I sent it. I sent everything over to y'all. I sent everything over. I sent everything over to y'all.
You don't have it, man. And the first time we got anything from you was at 7:18.
I'm not exactly sure why. I could resend it to you, but I sent everything over.
Well, Ms. Rivera, I have reviewed the evidence here. I have also reviewed additional evidence from Mr. Gaskin that was provided with text messages as well.
Yes, there was verbal things said. He put his hands on me. He stole my packages. He tried to steal my packages. Everything is caught.
So,
you know what?
Rivera,
it's okay.
It's okay. That's going to be the court's order. I have reviewed the evidence. That will be it. As I indicated before, this is not a matter of whether or not you're guilty. This is probable cause. And so that's probable cause that you've made an assault on Mr. Gaskin based upon the information that was provided. All right. So that'll be the order of the court. You may be excused as well as you, Mr. Gaskin. Thank you. All right, folks. Let's hope that everybody's internet is working. And if it is not, we're at least clear about it. The mute button is the microphone. All right. Video button looks like a camera. All right. So what I need you to do now is raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of the law.
I do.
All right. So Miss Ray, is that your witness?
Yes, this is my witness.
So we try to sequester witnesses. And what that means is we try to put them out of the room or the testimony so they don't try to bend their testimony to whatever was heard or testified to. So if I can get your witness just to go to another room, he can be comfy, sip a lemonade, and then we'll get him to come on back whenever we need him. All right. All right. Let me make sure I have everybody's appropriate evidence here so we don't have that issue. I do have appears to be a video from Miss Ray And then there's also several videos, I believe. And then there's also some type of Adobe link sent to me, several Adobe links sent to me. And Ms. Archer, you indicated that you didn't email any evidence, but you did have a witness. Is that correct?
Well, I just saw the Adobe, I scanned it, a police
Oh, so
report.
that's, that's
Yes,
your
sir,
stuff.
that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got 2 witnesses that I don't call. And
Are you waiting for them to arrive, or are they all?
no, they arrived already. If I'd known this, I'd have had the police officer and the firefighters and everybody here too, but I didn't know it.
So where are your witnesses at the moment?
They're in the room down there.
And you say in the room, they're online, or are they in your
Oh
home?
no, they not online. I didn't invite them online.
Okay, so but they're in your home?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they in the same room as you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we've got everything. You said you emailed something. I did get the Adobe. Let's just make sure that it's coming up.
Yeah, I couldn't do the video because I didn't want to be editing and taking stuff. I want you to see the full thing, so I couldn't do that.
I got it. So, ladies, we are here regarding the allegation of simple assault that occurred back on May 27th, 2023. Ms. Ray, if we can, let's keep our testimony regarding the event that occurred back on May 27th, 2023. I do also see that there's an allegation that something occurred as well on 6/1/2023, but the primary date of incident is 5/27/2023.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So now is 7:30. I'm going to give you till about 7:33, 7:34 to give us some background regarding this matter.
Okay. Thank you for your time today, Your Honor. I'd like to preface first by saying Felicia Archer has harassed my home on multiple occasions. But on May 27th, Ms. Archer and neighbors were outside of the neighborhood when a fire across the street was on a home. So the home was on fire. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. But my husband went to go and take our dog Rashka for a walk when he heard Ms. Archer say that she was going to poison our dog. And she says that she didn't say that. She says that she was talking about poisoning dogs in general. I got that clarity when I went outside to ask why my neighbor would say such a thing, especially when we're walking, when my husband's just in our own neighborhood walking our dog. But yeah, she was like, when I confronted her about like why she would say that, she was like just laughing like a bully, and she was saying really unkind things, trying to like, I guess, I don't know. She was just trying to be like a bully. I don't understand why she would say those things. But when I told her to stop trying to like escalate the situation between my husband and the neighbors, she literally came at me and she tried to charge at me, and she tried to hype the men up that were like with her to beat up my husband, which is not okay. She literally came at me to where I have it on video that an older man in our neighborhood tried to stop her, and then a fireman had to hold her back because she was trying to put her hands on me. And when she was doing this, she kept saying, do something, do something. And the fact is, Your Honor, I do not want a fight. Miss Archer clearly wanted a fight that day. And yeah, she just really wanted problems. So like, I called the police. They made it seem like it was my fault and nothing was done. I could say what happened like the following week, but you've seen the police report. She came by in her car, waving a gun, yelling profanity. I have it on my Ring camera. I sent that evidence in as well.
Oh my God.
All right.
See that.
Okay, so Ms. Archer, I'm going to give you an opportunity to identify your side or your background.
Okay, the day the incident where she's claiming, neighbor house burnt down. They wasn't here, so I had on the road pajamas, bedroom shoes, and all this stuff, going back and forth in my house, getting the people some clothes for their kids for them because they burnt down. Everything was burnt. So her and her husband pulled up in front of the father who owned the house trailer, which I was out there sitting down just talking. And then so one of my neighbors said that somebody poisoned his dog. And I was like, dang, that's messed up. I said, well, my dog got poisoned before too when it was little, and I know how to poison a dog, but I said, it's horrible. And then so her husband walked up with his dog, and said, "Oh, did you say you don't poison my dog? You don't poison?" I said, "I didn't say nothing about your dog." My neighbor said she didn't say nothing about your dog. Then her husband said, "You said you was gonna poison Rescue, or whatever his name." And then my neighbor said she didn't say that and she don't know your dog name. Her husband ran in the house, grabbed the gun, came back out. My daughter was out there. My baby, she's 17, she was out there the whole time. Other kids was out there. He's screaming and hollering, calling me bees and all kind of things. My neighbor was defending me because my husband wasn't home. So then he brought his wife so she could video. They video everything. So she could video. So she was videoing and doing all this stuff and rolling her neck and all this stuff. So then next thing you know, they moved on to the side by their vehicle. And then she done talk, "I bet you won't hit me. I know Jinsu. I bet you won't hit me. I know Jinsu." And I walked towards her. Fireman came and he said, "This not working." I said, "You right." I backed up. I started videoing her and her husband because her husband was arguing with my neighbor. And I started videoing them the whole time. Never touch her. Never tried to assault her. That's why I started wish the fireman and the police would have wrote it up when they came that I hit her or anything. I never assaulted her. I honestly, Judge, did not know her name until I had to go to the courthouse and pull a police report. Like the police told me, get a police report. I didn't know her name or her husband's name until I went to do the police report and got the police report from what happened that day. And then I filed a report. I tried to file one from him for having a gun, and they wouldn't allow me to because they said he didn't point it at me. He has to point at me for me to file a report against him. So I filed, they told me another report I can file against them. And I did that and stuff like that because I felt that I didn't feel safe. You done brought a gun in front of me and my daughter. I didn't run in the house and say, "Okay, I'm gonna get a gun and bring it back out." I could have died right then and there, not knowing. So I did not assault them. I didn't bully them. And I read the report I got in the mail say violent injury. That would have been a police taking pictures and everything if it was a violent injury to her. I never touched her. Only thing I said to her is, "You don't want this." And I'm not, she kept saying, "Come on, I know Jinsu. Come on, I bet you won't hit me." And she had her hands up. "I know Jinsu. Come on, you won't hit me." And I walked towards her. I ain't gonna lie. I walked towards her. The fireman came and said, "It ain't worth it." And I backed up. I said, "You right." And then I got my phone and just started videoing her. She got her phone and started videoing. They only send, every time the police come, they only give what they want to give when it comes to videoing. And then the police came out here a couple of times since then about this issue, different issues and stuff going on. And the police, the last time they came out here, they told us don't worry about it because they call all the time and just live our life. I haven't been out the door no more since then. I be gone all the time. And I just don't go out there because I don't want to have confrontation with them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to say nothing to them. And that day she told me I rode by waving a gun. No, I rode by. They was on the porch. They looked at me. They started doing this kitty stuff and I shot a bird. I'll be honest, anything I did, I shot a bird and kept going. When I got home and I went.
Ms. Arch, you only got one more minute. Just want to put that
Okay, I got home, went across the street, was talking to my neighbor that stayed next door. They ended up calling the police for a 6-7 saying I put a gun on him. Police came out and I told the police pull their camera because he videoed everything, but he would not show the police the camera. Police said they made a false report. That's why they came out there. So no, sir, anything I did, I can take accountability. This young lady, I found out she is a year younger than my daughter. I don't have time. I never had a criminal fix.
All right, Ms. Arch. All right. It's been 3 or 4 minutes. So folks, how we're going to do now is move forward. And Ms. Ray, what would you like to do? Would you like to have your witness testify right now, or would you prefer to have the video shown? I will tell you that I have seen both videos. However, one of the videos I cannot share because of the format that it is in, okay? The only video that I am able to share would be the video, I believe, that's a wider video where I think you guys are on a ladder, okay? And I only have 2 videos, just so you know what I have.
Okay, am I allowed to pull a video from my phone to show you on here?
Has to be through me because I don't know what people have. And if I let people have control, next thing you know, this wouldn't be an okay show. So no, I can't let you do that. But what would you like me to introduce, or what would you like to any witnesses that you would like to have testify right now? It's up to you.
Yes, I'll go grab my witness right now. But just to clarify, you didn't get the video that I sent you.
I did. I got 2 videos. I got one video of you guys, I guess, in from a video from kind of far away, looking at you guys do something in the front yard. And I have a video of, it appears to be and someone videoing what appears to be Miss Archer around a truck. But I don't have anything else other than that.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, I would like to call my witness.
Okay, we'll come bring him back in. We'll get him under.
Okay, hold on one second.
All right, Miss Archer, you got to be quiet while I allow my.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
That would be good. And so I'm going to give you it is 7:41. I'm going to give you to about 7:50 to do a direct examination of Mr. Ray to get whatever information you so desire from him. Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay, so how did Miss Archer react to me in this situation?
So Stephanie came in after I grabbed her, and Stephanie was just standing by me recording. Miss Archer was acting belligerent, and she ran towards Stephanie, at which point there was a neighbor, the one that his house was burning down, as well as the firefighter that had to pull Miss Archer off of Stephanie, or out of Stephanie's area.
Did we know who this person was that said this about our dogs?
Yes, we do know who Miss Archer is. Miss Archer and her husband, Greg. I was familiar with Greg. Greg would stop by our house every time that we would do projects unwelcomed, and he would come onto my property and really harass me while I was doing work for the past 5 years since I've known Greg. It got to the point where me and Greg were kind of friends, I guess. We were cordial, up until the point where me, as what I perceived to still be the neighborhood watch and also community leader, I informed Greg that his trailer would have to be moved off of the property because it's parked. There's a commercial trailer parked illegally on the commercial streets, which could cause an accident at night. It is painted black, and yeah, it could cause obstruction. It's against DeKalb County code. At which point, me and Greg stopped talking after that. And I do, Your Honor, believe that this is what the reason why, this all happened was because of that retaliation.
Did I assault Miss Archer in any type of way for her to assault me?
No.
I don't think I have any more questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen next. So next, Miss Archer is going to have an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Ray. Okay. And so she is able to ask him direct questions, cross-examination questions that are leading. Isn't it true that you did such and such? All right. Now, I will remind folks that sometimes cross-examination can get folks a little heated. I will remind you to be courteous as we proceed and not to be disrespectful. I will stop you if you are. But Miss Archer, you have an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Ray if you so choose. You have it 7:43. I'll give you till about 8 o'clock.
Okay. Mr. Ray, you stated when outside, you said, "Who are you, B? Who are you, B? I don't know who you is, B." Did you not state that over and over and over?
If I if I could remember correctly, I believe that you addressed yourself as B when I asked who you were.
I would never address myself as a B.
Wait, Miss Archer.
Oh,
You have an
sorry.
opportunity to answer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. It's not an argument. It's a question.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Ray, you have an opportunity to respond. Please respond.
That was my response.
Okay. All right. Ms. Archer, do you have another question?
Yes. You stated that the firefighter and police had to pull me off of your wife. And do you have the name of the firefighter and the police officer that pulled me off your wife?
We have
And also,
Wait, one question at a time, Miss Archer.
okay.
It would be a compound question. He don't know which one he's answering.
Okay.
Right.
We have the video that we sent to you, that we sent to the courts. I guess that's the one that they were unable to receive. But yes, we do have the video.
Okay, I would like to see that video as well. And also, your wife, you was out there, you went and got your wife out the house to video, is that correct?
Did I grab my wife out of the house to record?
To video, is that correct?
I grabbed my wife as a witness. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, did you not tell your wife to record them bees?
No, I don't remember that. No.
Okay. All right, and your wife stated that I said I was gonna poison your dog and I knew your dog name. And my neighbor stated to you that I did not know your dog name and I did not state that. So why did you say that I was trying to poison your dog?
Because when I asked you, when I said, "Are you serious?" You said, because I was walking by And I haven't seen your face too much. I know Greg's face, obviously, but I had never seen your face before, really up close, besides your car that's tinted very heavily. And so when I was walking by and you said, I know how to poison dogs too, I laughed at first because I didn't know who you were. I just saw that you guys were on a trailer and the truck was parked on my property. I assumed that was CJ's dad's car, but the truck was parked on my property. So I thought that you were a part of maybe CJ's family. So I laughed for a second. Then when you didn't laugh back, I realized that it wasn't a joke. And I said, are you serious? You said, does it look like I'm joking? And then I said, why would you say that? And then I said, who are you? And that's when you told me who you are, or you referred to yourself as, if I could remember correctly, I'm the bee that's going to, or knows how, or something like that. At that moment, I was in fear for my life. I went and grabbed my wife and I wanted to figure out who you were, because we've already encountered very dangerous situations in this neighborhood.
Okay, your wife made a statement that she knew who I was, and you all knew who I
Wait, wait.
was.
All right, ask a question. You gonna ask a question?
Who, me? What was the question?
That's what I'm asking. What was the question?
Oh, I was going to ask a question.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it's your father. Oh, you just should begin. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask him. His wife stated that she knew me. She knew who I was. And we're in the neighborhood together for a while, and she knew who I was. So now her husband saying he didn't know who I was, which he stated that out there a number of times. And we kept saying, be who you is, be who you is. I started laughing.
You're not asking a question. So ask a very, you
Okay.
can ask that question in a shorter version, because we don't know what you say.
Like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Miss Reyes said that she knew who I was. So therefore, you didn't know who I was?
Can I answer that now, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. So my idea of who she was in reflection to what she said to us based off of the evidence. When I kept on asking, once she ran at Stephanie after she was done, the fire department pulled her off, at which point she got some guys to try and fight me. And I was like, who is this lady? Who is this lady? You say, you don't know, you know exactly who I am. Snitch, snitch, snitch. And I said, okay, that must be Greg's wife, because you're the only one, you guys are the only ones that I had to call code enforcement on.
Okay. Another question. Why did you go in the house and get a gun?
I didn't go inside the house and get a gun.
I got a video of it. That's why the police got on the police report. I showed it to him.
You have a video of me going inside my house, getting a
Yeah, I
gun.
have a video. Yeah, I got the video.
So you recorded me while I was inside my home.
No, when you came out, the gun was hanging out. You didn't have a gun when you first walked by us.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and Your Honor,
Wait, Mr. Ray, you don't get to ask her any questions on cross-examination.
Okay, so
All right.
so
So you
I
just
feel
get to
like
ask
I feel like she's badgering me.
No,
because she's
no,
saying that-
no, it don't go like that. So
Okay.
listen, I'll stop her if she's badgering you. Believe
Okay.
me. But what I'm saying is you don't get to ask her questions. Miss Archer, you get one more question, 7:49.
I'm done, Your Honor. I'm
Okay.
done. It's not. I'm
All right.
done.
All right. All right. What I'm going to do now, Miss Ray, do you have any redirect for Mr. Ray?
I'm sorry, what does that mean, Your Honor?
Sorry. Do you have any additional questions, direct examination questions for Mr. Ray based upon what he said during his cross-examination with Miss Archer?
No, I don't think I have any questions, Your Honor.
That's totally fine. Then, Mr. Ray, we are done with you as a witness, and then you may remain or go off and do something maybe more productive for you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So, folks, now, Miss Ray, I'm going to take a quick moment. I'm going to introduce the video that was posted just so that we can take that in consideration. Miss Ray, I do want to let you know that I did review the video that, again, I could not show because it just for some reason was under some weird format. But I will acknowledge so that everybody is aware, the video did show that someone was recording Miss Archer and there was a fire truck around and other folks around. And Miss Archer, as she said, was in her house coat and outside. Okay. As far as anything else, I will keep my own personal considerations and conclusions about the video until I make my final determination. Okay. But with that being said, bear with me. Let me share my screen on the first video. I'm going to play the video.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the video.
I'm calling 911 at that point.
All right. Just so that we have it here, Miss Ray, what was that to show her?
Yeah, so Your Honor, that was me and my husband outside of our home installing ring cameras for our own safety, and Miss Archer driving by, yelling at us, waving a gun around, flicking us off, whatever she claims she was doing. But if you turn the volume up, you can hear her yelling in the video.
No, I'll play it again. Hold tight. I can only hear it so much. I'm at 100. I'm going to be honest with you. I can hear something, but I can't make out what's being said, and I don't know who is saying it. Can you? Ms. Ray, do you have an understanding of what's being said as a car drives by?
So when she was doing that, we told her that we were going to call the police, and she said, call him, call him. Miss Archer believes that she is above the law, sir.
Okay. All right. And again, I want to acknowledge that I have reviewed, Ms. Ray, so I just want to confirm that I have reviewed the evidence of that second video that you provided, okay?
Yes, I actually sent maybe about 5 videos because it was a very long thing.
I've only gotten 2. Here we are again. Folks telling me they sent 5. I have only gotten 2. Clerk, have you seen any other videos from Ms. Ray?
No, Judge, just those that I sent to you.
And folks, and you forgive me, but we're at a limited hearings here, and it's weird because I can get some people's evidence, but I can't seem to always get all of it. So it always makes me concerned about what's being said. But nonetheless, I did get those 2 videos. We have heard those witnesses. I did see the other video that you at least were testified about. Is there any other videos that are relevant to this incident date that you have provided?
Just the 5-minute video that is on my phone, Your Honor.
Okay, and I unfortunately, I'm unable to review what's on your phone if it has not already been submitted to this court. I understand. But I will acknowledge about the videos that we're seeing that were unable to be uploaded here to be shared. With that being said, is that the conclusion of your evidence for your case?
Yes, just this video of her coming at me on my phone. So,
and again, is that the one or a portion of what you'd already sent me from what I described earlier?
Yes.
Well, then I've seen it, and then we're good. So now, Ms. Archer, this is going to be your opportunity for your case in chief here. And so I'm going to ask you, since you have not, I have seen the police report that has been supplied when this case was made. So I did see your evidence. Is there any witness testimony that you would like to have introduced at this time?
Yes.
If you can go and get them and bring them in, you're going to need to be there as well. So,
Come on, Doc.
Ms. Archer,
Yes.
one at a time. We don't need both witnesses at one time, just one witness at a time. Do me a favor, go ahead, put that phone down, put it on like a table or something so I can see you and the witness.
Okay, it's an iPad.
Well, even then, it should hopefully be able to stand up on its own. Hopefully you have some type of cover.
That's better?
It is better. So as Miss Ray did with her witness, I'm going to allow you to ask the witness open-ended questions. And it's 7:57. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to about 8:02, okay? Because we're getting late in our hearings and I still have 2 other matters to address.
Okay. So DJ, did I attack Miss Stephanie Ray?
From where I was standing, I didn't see her intact.
Also, DJ, did I call Stephanie Ray's husband a B at any time? Or did I got to do one at a time.
None that I recall.
Also, did I tell you I was going to poison Mr. Ray dog?
No, ma'am.
Was we talking about your dog got poisoned?
We was in the middle of a conversation. And he stopped and interjected when we was talking.
Did Mr. Ray not run in the house and come back with a gun?
He started jumping around. He ran in the house. And for what his waist it looked like, it was different from when he left. So when he left, he had his dog and he left. And when he came back, it was something different. So I can only assume, but not confirm, that it was some type of weaponry.
Okay. Also, have you seen me harassing Miss Stephanie Ray at any time?
I have not seen it.
All right. No further questions?
All right. Ms. Ray, you got some cross-examination questions for the witness?
Yes. Okay, so has there ever been an incident outside of her home, Felicia's? Such as this one that was in front of my home. Has there ever been such a same incident?
Not that I recall. I don't know what kind of incident you're talking about.
There have been no incidents. Okay, whose dog were you talking about poisoning, and why didn't you say or respond when we were asking you?
First of all, Miss Ray, you wasn't out there, and me and Felicia was having a discussion, and your husband interjected in our conversation. So we were speaking in general. We wasn't talking specifically about nothing. We were just having an open discussion.
Okay. And where does Felicia live in reference to our home?
What would you call it?
Like this.
Maybe what, 50 yards?
Okay. And where was this truck parked?
The truck was parked in front of my tree, not on nobody's property. It was on the curve.
Okay, but it was
So
also
half of the truck was on my curve in front of my tree. The trailer part and then the truck part was a little bit on y'all curve. So I don't know if you want to call that property, but it was still in the middle of the road. It wasn't on anyone's specific property. It was still on public road.
Okay. So have we had any problems before or after this? And if so, have you seen any problems?
Well, me and y'all never had any problems. As far as me and you, or me and you and your husband?
Any problems as far as Felicia?
The only problems that I was aware of is when y'all called the cops after this incident, which was about the trailer and our other neighbor Chris's car. That's the only ones I was aware of that happened after the incident that happened in May.
Okay. And during this incident, did you say we killed your dog? That we poisoned your dog? Did we say that?
Are you accusing me that y'all said that y'all poisoned my dog?
Well, the conversation was about poison. So did you say that we poisoned your dog?
No.
Okay.
I told Thad that he threw that fly trap thing that was over Rashka's over her door thing. I told him that was over on my side of the fence, and my dog was eating that. And I said that's probably why he got sick. That's what I told him.
Which, just to clarify.
So as far as poison, if he ate flies from a fly gatherer trap, I don't know what kind of disease carried it. I say he probably got sick off that, because there's no way that fly trap that was full with flies end up on my side of the fence, and wind can't blow that, because he told me the wind blew it over there. But if it has water and full of flies, that can't blow over a fence that's like 10 feet away. So I don't even know what that's got to do with anything.
All right, Miss Ray, you get one other question, okay? It's 8:03.
Okay. Were you drinking during this incident?
Mm-mm.
What it has to do with anything?
Just answer the question, sir.
I had a little drink.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No further questions.
All right. Miss Archer, do you have any other witnesses?
Yes. Zion.
Wait.
Come on.
Are you done with this witness?
Oh.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, sir. We're done with you. Thank you so much for your testimony. You're free to go. So again, Miss Archer, you can ask her a couple of questions, open-ended questions, okay?
Zion, did I attack Miss Ray? No. Did Miss Ray say, I knew Jitsu, hit me? Yes. Also, Zion, did I call Miss Ray's husband a B at any time? No. Zion, did I attempt to do anything to Miss Ray?
And I just, Miss Archer,
That's Stephanie.
I just want to be honest, your questions are kind of direct. you're not really asking her what she knows. You just kind of
Okay.
taking it. So-
Okay. So Zion, tell the judge what you know.
You want me to start from like?
I don't think he wants you. We ain't got that much time, so
So
just give him.
so ma'am, again, I don't want to ask the questions, but we're here about a July 5th, 2023 incident.
Right. Okay. So the main thing, she said that I did a violent injury on her, and you already stated I didn't touch her, so I'm fine. I'm done. She can ask the question. I'm done.
Okay. Miss Ray, do you have any cross-examination questions for Zion?
Yeah, so do you claim that I wanted to get hit by Miss Archer?
Yes, because you kept saying, fight me, I know Jinjutsu.
Okay.
Miss Archer, do not say anything. This is her client, her witness. Okay, Miss
I'm
Archer.
not judge. I'm not saying
Okay, just
anything.
want to make sure. Miss Ray, continue.
No.
So you're saying that I wanted to fight Miss Archer,
Correct.
and how so? Other than what you
That's
said.
new Jinjutsu, which is a fighting style in Japanese and stuff like that, other cultures.
Okay. It's kind of odd because I never said that. Okay. So I'm sorry, hold on one second. I'm trying to think of a question because honestly, that's not true, Your Honor. This
You
witness.
don't have to tell me that. Don't worry. I'm going to be able to ascertain whether or not I believe anybody. So you don't have to tell me. Continue asking questions that you have.
Okay. Did Miss Archer say that she was going to poison any dog?
Yeah, she said she knows how to poison the dog. She never said she's going to poison the dog.
Okay. So she said this when my husband was walking by.
Correct.
Did Miss Archer ever try to clarify what she said or apologize?
No.
Okay. I don't think I have any further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Archer, do you have any redirect?
No, because I know you got on time, so I'm good.
All right. All right.
Oh,
All
I do
right.
have one question, Your Honor.
One question. Yes, I'll let you ask, Miss Ray.
Okay. Was Miss Felicia held back by two different men when she came at me?
No.
She wasn't. I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Incorrect.
No man tried to hold her back when she came at me.
No. She
Okay.
didn't come.
Other questions, Your Honor?
All right. All right. All right. Thank you, Zion. Miss Archer, do you have any other testimony?
No, I know we got to move on, Judge, and I do got something to do as well.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. Miss Ray, I'm going to allow you to identify why you believe an arrest warrant should be issued. And then Miss Art, I'm going to give you till about 8:12. And then Miss Archer, I will give you till about 8:15 after she concludes to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Miss Ray, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, I think that an arrest warrant should be issued because of the trauma that this has put me through in a mental state. My dog no longer stays outside alone. I have to make accommodations for both of my dogs for fear of Miss Archer inside of my home. I no longer take walks alone around in my neighborhood anymore, and I do not feel safe. I believe that Felicia does think that she is above the law and can act any way that she wants, which is just not true in our society. And I believe that we should treat each other with respect and dignity. And when I asked my fellow neighbor why she would say such a thing, she could have easily de-escalated the situation, but she chose to continue to want to fight. And she tried to harm me. Two different men held her back. And I just don't think that this is appropriate. I am a law-abiding, tax-paying entrepreneur on my way to success, and this 50-something-year-old woman is bullying me in my own neighborhood, which I do not think is okay. So that's why I think that an arrest warrant should be issued for Felicia Archer.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me hear from Miss Archer.
First of all, Your Honor, like I stated, I did not know nothing about a violent injury until yesterday when I got the mail out the mailbox. Never touched her, never did anything. I walked towards her and I told you the truth. And the fireman came and the what's name said it's not worth it. And I said, you're right. And as far as everything else, her dogs stay in the house. They say their dog can't stand noise. So their dog's always in the house no matter what. So that's been from day one. And they got cameras all over, just like we got cameras all over. They never started walking their dogs and walking in the neighborhood actually till after this incident. I told the officer that. Officers been out many times for them, not only for us, but for other people as well. I never hit Miss Stephanie. I never tried to hit her. Even though she tried to coerce me, I didn't. The officer told me to put a restraining order out on them. I told him I don't have to because I don't be home. Sometimes I'm on the road with my husband, or sometimes I'm somewhere else. And when that incident, all this incident, I told the last time the officer came out, I said, you don't have to worry about me. I won't come out. I haven't been going outside. I haven't been doing anything. I've been staying away. I don't look at them. My windows are not that dark on my car. You cannot see through because I know I'll be in jail. You can see through my windows on my car, so that's not true. So all this, what's going on, it's not true, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I told you everything, the truth and stuff. If I would have hit her, I would have told you just like I told the police when I went down there. I could have lied and said he pulled a gun on me, but I didn't. I told the truth. He had it on him, and I showed them the picture of the gun and stuff. I have no reason to lie. And like she said, yes, I am 50 years old. I have a 30-year-old daughter. I never been to jail for any criminal cases or anything before. Never put my hands on anyone, and I wasn't trying to because I have a child that I still have to raise.
All right. All right, folks. Let me just give you a quick summation here of what I've gathered here. I've got neighbors who obviously have gotten to it based upon, in some ways, eavesdropping on conversations that subsequently turned into and I don't have any evidence of violence. I have evidence of people yelling, arguing, and I do see a video where Miss Archer is walking towards, but I don't know if it's Miss Ray, but someone holding a phone. But I don't see where any contact was made. I also read a police report that confirmed that there was no contact made, but as confirmed in the video that Miss Ray produced, that Miss Archer was walking towards someone. I also have information in the police report that there was an individual, Miss Ray's husband, allegedly had a gun in his waistband after he exited the property, and that's what's in the police report. What I have is I have two neighbors arguing and apparently getting into issues that subsequently have led them to needing to be heard by me. And I'll be honest with you, folks, this is not rising to the level of the crime of civil assault. I don't have the necessary facts to allege that, especially considering the fact that there seem to be expletives being exchanged by both parties. And furthermore, seem to be allegations of threats being made by the other party with a gun in their waistband. Ladies, I just want to say the power of the court is not made purely to address these matters if they subsequently did not lead to an injury. And the reason why that is that I don't want folks to be harassed in their communities, but I also don't want folks to unnecessarily introduce themselves to potential issues with one another. And that seems as if what we have here this evening. What I hope, though, is that you guys, if you cannot obviously live around each other happily, avoid each other happily, okay, in your own neighborhood. Because my goal, obviously, as a judge and a keeper of the justice of this community is exactly that. And so though I'm not issuing an arrest warrant, I just want to say to you folks that these things can escalate where they do subsequently cause an injury, and that injury cannot be taken back. And so, Ms. Ray, I understand your concern. Ms. Archer, I understand your concern. But please take note that this type of behavior is only going to lead one of you rather either in jail or sued. And I would not want that for either one of you. But for this evening, I will not be finding the necessary probable cause for an arrest warrant to be issued. I thank you guys. So, Ms. Hinton, we are here regarding an allegation of harassing phone calls made by Ms. Minor against you that occurred on May 15th, 2023. I just want to confirm, ladies, I do have the police report that was apparently made or at least identified on May 2nd. And I do have that information as well. As far as the evidence is concerned, bear with me. That would be helpful. It is now 8:18. Miss Minor, I'm going to give you till about 8:22 to give your opening regarding these allegations, okay?
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Well, as far as the harassing phone calls that Ms. Hinton is referring to, there were calls that were made to her manager. Ms. Hinton had sent naked pictures to my phone. And she had been harassing me prior to all of this starting last year. She's a supervisor for the U.S. Postal Service, and I know her from infidelity with my husband, well, my soon-to-be ex-husband, Javar's Minor. Prior to last year, starting April 26th of 2022, she had been harassing me starting that day when I actually found out about her through Instagram, as far as the infidelity with my soon-to-be ex-husband. So I did find out about her through social media, and I let Ms. Hinton know that Javar's Minor is still legally married. he actually had left out of the home in February and abandoned his family and started a relationship with Miss Hinton, which was his supervisor. Around May, I did try to contact the postmaster and her supervisor to let them know what was going on out on the job. Miss Hinton continued the relationship even after I told her he was still married. She then began to send pictures, videos of them two in the car kissing each other. She sent pictures telling me he was going to take care of her children. It continued throughout the summer, just a bunch of photos of them two together. On September 26th, there was an altercation where she contacted my mother to tell my mother that she was no longer sleeping around with my husband. And I had asked her not to call my mother after that. She then went and filed a police report against me because some words were exchanged because she had continued to send things to my phone after I asked her to stop. So it was I will be honest, it was a threat that was made from me to her because she kept harassing me. She even made it her business to come out to my home to try to fight me, in which my soon-to-be ex-husband had gave her the address. And that's when I once again was notifying the post office so they could go back because she was supposed to have been at work. And instead of going to work, her and my soon-to-be ex-husband and another supervisor came out to my home that I'm no longer at. They came out to my home looking for me, trying to fight me. So I had been in contact with the general postmaster, and I made a report about that so that they can do an investigation to see why she was late to work that night because she was coming out to fight me to be with my husband. Well, moving forward, there was a no contact order put in place for me to not contact Miss Hinton. And moving forward into May 15, 2023, there was a picture that was posted, and it was someone else that works at the post office that actually sent that picture. It was a picture of Miss Hinton posting being that there was already an open investigation. I was in contact with her supervisor, Tracy Martin, I believe, to let her know what was going on, that she, had been posting pictures, and that she had also, even by her having a no contact for me to not contact her, had also sent out a picture of my soon-to-be ex-husband, a naked picture with her name tattooed on his chest. She then, to proceed after that, she contacted my mother again to tell my mother that she was still no longer sleeping with my soon-to-be ex-husband.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Miss Hinton, I'm going, it's 8:22. I'm going to give you till about 8:26 to state your statements, okay?
Okay, Judge. Yes, all this started last year. She did locate me on Instagram. I did send evidence where she was harassing me, calling me bees, cursing me out. I said on numerous occasions, please stop contacting
Wait,
my phone.
hold tight.
Okay.
Who's Tracy Martin?
That's my boss.
Okay,
At the time.
whose witness is this?
That's my witness.
Okay, Miss Martin, forgive me. Miss Martin, we're going to sequester you. It's okay. We're going to sequester you. We're going to bring you back, but we're going to put you in a breakout room temporarily before we have you testify, okay? I apologize. I saw you there and I didn't quite grasp it. I apologize, Miss Hinton. Please continue.
Okay, and so Miss Minor, at the top of her finding out about me, she reached out to me. I tried to speak to her woman to woman. She wasn't having it. She began to threaten my job, calling up to my job. At the time, Javar's Minor was not my direct employee. He worked up under somebody else in a different department. She harassed me, said that she was going to have my job, get me fired. And she's went so far as to contacting my old postmasters. That's embarrassing, very embarrassing. I am a supervisor and now I'm an acting postmaster, and that's not okay. That has nothing to do with the post office. For you to sit here and put my business out there. She even blast my name all around social media. Anybody I contact with, she's saying that I have a venereal disease that she gave her husband. Now her husband has passed it to me. I did put a arrest warrant out because after he got my name tatted, she showed up to his house. And she then threatened to slice his throat, which she does have a TPO out on against her in DeKalb County. And then she threatened to kill me. And that's why she had to plead guilty earlier this month, because she did threaten to kill me. I don't want any contact with her. She continued to contact the OIG. She contacted, I have people, postal inspectors interviewing me about something nonsense. Yes, I did contact her mother only because she's contacted my mother about 10 times. And I did contact her mother, and she's right. I told her mother, please stop having your child contact me and my job. I am not sleeping with her husband. I'm not with her husband. Okay, so that's true. And her mother did say, you know, it's something wrong with Miss Marshall, minor. And I don't want to contact with her. I don't even know why she's telling fibs, saying that I'm harassing her when she's the one who harassing me. And I see the dates of Judge where she put out a arrest warrant for this. If you go back into my my evidence, you'll see that she had already reached out via OIG, and I posted that as well.
And again, forgive me, just so I know, what is OIG?
So that's the postal inspectors office. Yeah. So she's contacted my boss. It's been spread all over my info group.
All right. So just now that I've gathered that and understand the background of the matters, what I'm going to do now, Ms. Minor, is that you've sent me some evidence, and I want to make sure that I identify the right one. So I've got Ms. Hinton's evidence, and there's quite a few text messages and calls from her as well, but then there's some evidence from you. Is your evidence that you sent me, Ms. Minor, is that the one with a picture of a firearm in it?
Yes, that's the one that was sent to her, Miss Tracy Morton. That was the one that she had posted. And then as well, Ms. Minor, you have a picture. That's the one that we're talking about. Let me just see. We have one other. I have two emails. The second one that you sent me appears to be, before I posted, hookah packing. Is that the relevance to this, Ms. Minor? No, it was just along with the firearm. It was something that was
no worries. I just wanted to make sure that's relevant. But
yes, sir.
All right. Can you see my screen, Ms. Minor?
Yes, I can.
All right. I'm going to scroll through these 7 pages, and you're going to tell me why this is relevant and what this is. All right. I do see a call that apparently is a date of 9/27/22. How is this relevant to the incident that we're here about?
It's relevant because that's the first time she contacted my mother to tell my mother she wasn't sleeping around with my husband. And after that, I told her to no longer contact my mother. Then she called again this year in May, where she just said under oath that she did call her to tell her the same thing.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And what is this picture here?
That's the picture that was sent to her boss, Miss Tracy Martin. It was another U.S. postal worker that actually sent that to me and was telling me to be careful. Because they knew of the situation that had been going on between her, myself, and my soon-to-be ex-husband, and it was a post. So she sent that to me, and she knew it was also an investigation going on through the Postal Service. So she felt that there was something that they should see also, that she's a federal employee posting a picture of a gun.
Okay. All right. And what's this?
That's just my mother's information, just to show that that phone record belongs to my mother, Willalene Webb, and the dates that she called. The next picture is just relevant because she basically just told you she wasn't sleeping around with my husband. She has no contact with my soon-to-be ex-husband, but yet you see I blocked her number. She was showing me that he went and got her name tattooed on his chest, but she just stated to you that she wasn't sleeping around with him, and she was telling my mother, calling my mom, harassing my mom to tell my mom that she was no longer in contact or sleeping around with my soon-to-be ex-husband. Those are pictures right there. The second one with her in the photo, that's the picture she sent me last year, after I explained to her that he lied about us being divorced, that he had abandoned me and my 3 children that we have together. And she continued with the relationship. She just wanted to show me that, as you can see in what she texted me, that he wasn't going to go anywhere unless she allowed him to, that he belonged to her.
All right. That's what has been attached to that particular link. As I said before, I got 2 emails, one with the apparently hookah packing, and then this. Anything else as far as any evidence that you provided?
No, sir, just everything that I provided to you. That's all.
Okay. All right. Any witnesses that you have here this evening?
Yes, I have my mother, the person who she had been contacting that I had asked her to stop calling.
Sure. Where is your mother?
Yes, I can go get her.
Okay.
Hello, Judge.
How you doing, ma'am? Miss Mike?
Yes.
Good. I'm sorry to have you up at such a late hour doing this.
That's okay.
I'm going to get you under oath, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you get to raise your... Thank you. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of the law, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
All right. Excellent. So now, Ms. Minor, you're going to be able to ask your mother some questions, open-ended questions, right? Now, we're going to try to limit this to the events that we're talking about here, all right? So you can feel free to ask her questions, Ms. Minor. Now, I'm going to give you till about 8:35 to see what we can gather.
Okay, so mom, are you aware of Shamika and how she plays a role in this situation that's been going on?
Yes, I am.
Would you mind telling the judge how you know of Shamika?
You told me about her.
And
She told me about Shamika.
yeah, but what do you know? Like, how do I know of Shamika? How did we find out about her?
She's messing with your husband.
Okay. And do you remember Shamika calling you last year on your birthday?
Yes, but I don't remember the conversation.
Okay.
I don't remember what she asked me.
And do you remember her calling you again this year?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, and Judge, I do want to say my mom, she is recovering.
Okay.
So okay.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't have any other questions, Judge, for her.
No worries. Hold tight. Miss Hinton, do you have any cross-examination questions for Miss Minor?
Yes. Oh, you said for Miss Minor or you?
No, I'm sorry, for her mother. I apologize.
For her mother. Okay, Miss Webb. When I know you probably don't remember from last year, but when we spoke on the phone,
That's Shamika.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Hello, Shamika.
How are you? When we spoke,
Hey, let me tell you, Miss Webb. Let me so you just know what's going on. I apologize if I wasn't clear. Miss Hinton is going to be able to ask you a couple of questions. They may be questions that are kind of like, isn't it true that, right? So just be prepared for that. But she's asking you some questions and we would just like for you to respond. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Miss Hinton.
okay. Miss Webb, isn't it true that during our conversation, I said that, to please have Miss Minor, your daughter, to stop contacting me, and you told me that nobody can gain control over her?
Yeah.
What? No, she's asking you.
She's asking you, Miss Webb.
What was your question, baby?
Is it true?
Go
Is
ahead.
it true that you told me on the phone when I asked you to tell Miss Minor to please stop contacting me, that you informed me that no one can gain control over Miss Minor? That you guys tried to tell her to stop contacting me?
No, I don't remember you. I don't remember the conversation. I really don't. I don't remember nothing about that day.
Okay. Is it true? Are you aware of Miss Minor going out the extent to try to get me in trouble at my job?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. I don't. I really don't.
Okay. That's no problem. No further questions, Your Honor.
No worries, Miss Minor. Do you have any follow-up questions for Miss Webb, your mother?
I'm sorry, Judge. You say that again, please.
Do you have any follow-up questions? We call them redirects. Any follow-up questions for your mother after that?
No, Judge, I don't.
I don't remember anything.
No worries, Miss Webb. Thank you so much for coming on this evening and providing your testimony. But we're good to go. You can go back and enjoy your evening, okay?
All right. Thank you, Judge.
No, thank you. Thank you. All
Okay.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Miss Minor, is that all of your evidence that you have this evening?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right. Thank you. Now, Ms. Hinton, I understand that you've supplied some evidence as well. Would you like to have your witness testify first, or would you? Your witness has been on for a while. Let's bring your witness.
I have two witnesses. So
you have two witnesses that have been waiting. So you have one online. Where's your second?
My second should be in the waiting room. It is my mother. So I have my boss and then my mother.
Okay, so let's get your boss, then we'll get your mother, and then I'll introduce the evidence that you have. Okay, so we can do it. These folks have been waiting some time. Hinton, you may ask open-ended questions of your witness. It is 8:38. I'm going to give you till about 8:42.
Okay. Miss Martin, on the day of the incident, I believe it's May. I can't remember the day of the incident. Did we not receive a phone call at the post office to the postal phone?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall that day what happened?
I remember speaking with Ms. Minor about a customer complaint. And basically I told her that it was redirected to the Postal Inspection Service, and I ended the conversation from there.
Okay. Miss Martin, do you recall the day that I received phone calls from the postal inspectors?
Yes, I do.
Are you able to give me a recollection of kind of which way that conversation may have went between me and the postal inspectors?
I'm trying to remember exactly. As far as I remember, they were asking you questions about the incident or whatever you had, and as from what I remember, that it didn't really have anything to do with the post office.
Okay, and do you recall when Miss Minor took my mugshot and posted it all over the web and on what's called Yelp, onto the postoffice.com Yelp reviews?
I don't remember where she posted it. I remember another postmaster contacted me and asking me about this mugshot.
Yes.
Which then I asked you about this.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Minor, do you have any questions for this witness? Cross-examination questions for this witness?
Do I have any questions for Miss Tracy, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Tracy, do you remember me contacting you and basically sending documents to you of everything that transpired between Shamika?
No, you didn't. I remember you contacting the post office, but I never received documents from you.
Okay. And do you remember speaking to the postmaster as far as Miss Shamika posting the post that she had posted online of the gun? Because I believe I submitted that as well to you. And
You said I'm the postmaster, so you said
I mean the postal general. I'm sorry, the postmaster general. That all of the evidence was
postmaster general. We don't speak.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Okay. Okay. And Ms. Hinton, do you have any redirect?
No further questions, no.
All right, Miss Martin, I appreciate your time today. You're free to go. Enjoy your evening. I must say, you guys really look alike. All right.
Thank you.
Ms. Hinton, please go ahead and ask your mother some open-ended questions, and then Ms. Minor will be able to cross-examine Ms. And forgive me, ma'am, your last name again?
I am Brooks.
Brooks. All right, Miss Brooks. All right, please, Ms. Hinton, go ahead and continue with those questions.
Okay. Ms. Brooks, how did you first become aware of Ms. Marsha Minor?
Ms. Minor contacted me via Facebook to let me know how she felt about you and your relationship with Mr. Minor. She was very upset.
Okay. And can you tell me what transpired in the conversation via Facebook?
Well, she told me that, she called you several names. She spoke derogatory of your special needs daughter. She wanted to know how I felt about your relationship with a married man. And she and I just went back and forth in conversation about why she felt you shouldn't be seeing or dating Mr. Minor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Brooks, did she contact you via text or phone?
She did both. She contacted me via text initially, and I responded via text, but she also obviously wanted to see me through the messenger. So she did call through messenger, but I don't answer messenger calls.
Can you tell me how many times she made that attempt to call you?
She made multiple attempts. I know it was more than 5 times that she attempted to call me.
Okay. Ms. Brooks, are you aware that Ms. Minor has contacted several other individuals concerning my relationship with Mr.
I am
Minor?
aware. I am aware that after her release from jail, she violated the court order and the TPO. She violated it even after bonding out by contacting your job and contacting people on social media, multiple people on social media. Yeah.
And Ms. Brooks, one more question. Are you aware that in the text message that she sent you on Facebook, did she say that, did she also threaten my livelihood by saying that she purposely gave her husband a venereal disease and now that I have a venereal disease?
She absolutely let me know that you were stupid. It's how she said it, that you are stupid and that you have herpes because she has given it to her husband unbeknownst to him. is what she said. Yes.
No further questions, Ms. Brooks.
All right, Ms. Minor, you'll be able to cross-examine this witness, Ms. Brooks.
Yes, Ms. Brooks. So is it true that, yes, through the messenger that, you were contacted? Were you aware, did I state to you that Mr. Minor was still legally married and that he had abandoned his children to be with your daughter?
You did advise me of that. Yes.
And, did you tell me that it was her decision to continue to see him because they're grown?
I did, yes.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Any redirect?
Yes, just one more question. Ms. Brooks, Ms. Minor stated that me seeing her husband, but was I aware that Mr. Minor was even married when I met him?
You were not. And she knew that. She stated more than once that she was aware that you were unaware that he was married, that he lied. She knew that.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Judge, I'd like to ask another question to Ms. Brooks.
Sure.
So, Ms. Brooks, even after hearing your daughter state that she did not know that he was married when they met, but are you aware that they were still having a relationship prior to, after all of this happened, that they were still involved with each other?
Be more specific. After what happened?
After I contacted you, the relationship continued between her and Mr. Minor, even after I told you that he was still legally married and had abandoned his children.
Yes, I am aware of that. I'm also aware, Marcia, that you sent an abandonment order to Ms. Hinton's address after being asked not to contact her. I'm aware of that as well. You have any other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, then, Ms. Brooks, I appreciate your testimony. We'll let you go this evening. You have a blessed one, okay?
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. All right, ladies, I am Ms. Hinton. If you have no other witnesses, I do know that you have some evidence that you emailed the court. I am going to introduce that here. Some of these I can't in law.
You see where it says download full resolution images? I guess that's for you to clear it up.
I tried that. I'm going to be honest with you. We're careful about what we download to these county computers, but I can see it. So I have two computers, so I'm able to see it in detail. But tell me specifically what you want these messages, or what are on these messages that you want the court to take notice of.
Okay, take notice of all of these text messages are from Miss Minor Marshall, where I'm asking her to please leave me out of their mess. Please stop contacting me. And she's threatening me. She's threatening my job. She's threatening my livelihood. That's how I feed my family. As you can see, I have another messages where she's reached out to my mother, where she's reached out to my friends, where my friends reached out to me that's saying, please, are you serious? Are we still dealing with this? You can see on the Instagram post where she's calling me all type of names, whores, bees, this, that, and the third. If you scroll down some more, you'll see all her missed calls between herself and all those red. Those are her family members. So when I'm not answering, she got family members calling. They even made fake Facebook profiles of my daughter. You can see right there what she's telling me, hey, you're not answering the phone. So that means you're steady messing with him. If you moved over right there where your cursor is, that's an old picture of me back when I was 26, my child's father, that she posted everywhere. The telephone, that's my work phone, where you see an incoming call after she's been ordered not to contact me at all. She called from different numbers. That same number is on another text message right there. Scroll, put your thing right there. You can see that abandonment warrant. Yep, right there. That's the abandonment warrant she sent to my phone after she's not supposed to be contacting me now. Okay. And that's where I responded. I laughed with the emojis and tell her, please stop contacting me. Ultimately, those 4 pictures where you see the laptop, those is at my job, where she went online, and you see her name, her address, and where she says she lives in DeKalb County. My job is in Lithia Springs. So she's lying, trying to blast my name. You can stroll up, Judge, and you'll see more where she's contacted my friend, and my friend is like, and she's saying that she's going to kick my friend's butt. My mugshot, right there, my mugshot big as day, that's where other postmasters in my input group, that mean the district, like Marietta and all of those, they all got that. Where Miss Minor, you see her email? She's saying, attention manager, this is Shamikia Hinton. She has a warrant out for her arrest. Something that happened when I was 26 years old, trying to slander my name. And again, she's not supposed to be contacting me. You could check that date. And right here where I'm steady saying, please stop contacting me. She's steadily just just emailing me, it's ridiculous. Why are you going out your way to try to stop what I'm doing at work? Even after, and that's why I did make that phone call last year. Leave me alone. I'm not with your husband, so why you even keep bothering me? I could be, but I'm not. I don't want to. It's too much drama. But she wants to go, and she doesn't like the fact that I'm with the postal service and I'm high ranked now. I'm acting postmaster, so she doesn't like that.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other evidence?
There is some more evidence I sent on a separate email, which shows the TPO that her husband forwarded to me. You got that? Okay. That's pretty much it, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that TPO still still active?
Yes, mine is still active against hers, and so is his.
I did not realize you guys had active TPOs. Normally we wouldn't even allow these hearings, but that's fine. That's fine. You guys are on Zoom, so I guess that's fine. All right. If you have no other evidence, I have reviewed that. What we're going to do is this. Ms. Minor, I'm going to give you until about 8:56 to tell me why you believe an arrest warrant should be issued. And then Ms. Hinton, after that, I will give you the remaining time till 9 o'clock to let me know why you believe one should not. All right. Okay. So Ms. Minor, the floor is yours.
Well, Judge, I believe an arrest warrant should be issued because Shamika, she had been, as you can see with all of the documents I provided prior to last year. And even with her mother stating that, yes, that I spoke with her mother was aware that me and Mr. Minor were still married, and she continued on with the relationship. Also with the picture that I sent, and her stating that he wasn't going to go anywhere. She was going to make him hers, and he was going to take care of her and her children. She's been harassing me since April of last year by sending text messages, videos of her and him together. And she is throwing this up about a TPO. Actually, that has nothing. The TPO is in place, but it was fraudulently placed. My ex-husband actually used the arrest that happened between me and Miss Hinton to get the TPO in place, in which I have a hearing scheduled in 2 weeks for that, to show evidence. And that also she had been contacting my mother in regards to all of this. So I feel that she should be arrested because she openly stated that, yes, and also about the picture. Pretty much by the picture, by her sending a naked picture of him with her name tattooed on the chest, and by calling my mother even after I told her not to contact my mother on September 26th of last year. So that obviously shows, even by her saying that, yes, there was an arrest warrant placed against me. But it seemed like she got to it a little faster than I did because she had been harassing me first. So that should conclude to the courts that you're not afraid for anything. You wasn't as afraid of anything if you're recently contacting my mother to tell my mother that you were no longer sleeping around with my soon-to-be ex-husband, and then sending pictures of his naked checks, which proves to the courts that you are still involved with him, that you were basically doing it to get a reaction, and that you violated your own agreement for the no contact by contacting my mother on this year on May 15th by calling my mother to tell my mother that you were no longer sleeping with my soon-to-be ex-husband. So I feel that she should be arrested. And not only for that, for being a federal employee and posting pictures of a gun, multiple weapons that you have been posting for everybody to see, because the first one was submitted to me from another U.S. postal worker.
Yes, okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Minor.
You're welcome.
Ms. Hinton.
Judge, I don't think there's a arrest warrant out for me at all, because I am a postal worker. I do care about my career. The guns that you're talking about, my pink gun, I bought, back in 2013. And then my recent gun that I do have on the picture, and I'll tell you what it states, and it's my profile. It says, I keep a black butterfly with me in case a frog may want to jump. Okay. Now the fact of the matter that she may have got her people lurking on my page, because that's what she do. She stalks me. I have her blocked. Okay, she stalks me. She makes Facebook fake accounts and all type of stuff. That has nothing to do. Me having a gun in my picture has nothing to do with Miss Minor or this situation. The fact that matter she wants me to arrest it because I was messing with her husband is preposterous, And the fact of the matter that she's saying that I should be arrested because I contacted her mother, only contacted her mother because she keeps violating her TPO by contacting me. She's trying to make my life a living. Excuse me, hell. So I asked her mother, please have your child stop contacting me, which she admitted. She admitted that that's what her mother said. That's it. I'm not contacting her mother to say anything other, no nasty stuff like she did with mine. Mine, she told my disabled child that has Down syndrome that she was stupid and worthless. So no, I don't. And also, Judge, let me just say this too. Let me speak this. How much does she actually respect the judge and the court's time that she would even show up to her own hearing 40 minutes late? But you're the applicant.
All right. So ladies, are you finished?
I'm done.
All right, ladies, let me just say, obviously it's almost 9 o'clock and I just wanted to again, thank you for your time and your patience. A couple of things. The court has obviously acknowledged that there was apparently some infidelity. I will say this, in this state, infidelity is not. Obviously we're here for harassment. I do see, obviously there were multiple calls honestly made by both of the parties to both parties that are not even actually involved, whether it be a parent or otherwise, or even children. I also see that we've got folks making allegations about guns. I will admit that under our constitution, even in our state, owning a gun is not illegal. In fact, it seems to be a constitutional right. At least that's what is currently being alleged right now, or at least that's the current law. So those things aren't crimes. I'm going to be honest with you folks. What's really a crime is that there is a man out here that got you guys fighting, and he ain't here. And I've had these type of cases back to back to back where I see that there's situations with a wife or an ex, and I just want to let you ladies know that the guy that you guys are allegedly upset with each other about, and hopefully essentially trying to get somebody in jail with, ain't here. And so that's a crime in my eyes, because that's the person apparently has caused you guys to want to wage war. But it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate, and I'm not going to be issuing any arrest warrants because I'm not going to continue the foolishness that apparently has been taking place between you two. What I am going to do is say that obviously, ma'am, Miss Minor, if you got a TPO, don't be calling Miss Henry. And I'm not saying that you are anymore, but you can't buy a TPO, because if you do, you will get a felony and you will go to jail. And Miss Henry, I may not be issuing an arrest warrant this evening. And I just will, what you do with your personal relationships are what you do. But this is not my first time hearing that a wife or girlfriend is upset at another woman and subsequently has allegations of harassment that take place between the both of you. This is a broken record, ladies. I want you guys to not fall into this trap. All right? Don't go to jail over a man that ain't willing to go to jail for you. And with that, I'm going to end this evening and let you ladies go, okay?